Through warm-ups, trying to get into a little groove here before the tip-off. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for C.J. McCollum.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. And for New Orleans, in the guard spots, it'll be Murray and McCollum. Jones and Williamson in at the forward positions. And it's Olynyk in at the center. So the Bucks win the tip. We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
McCollum kicks to Olynyk. Right wing. Williamson double team. Shot clock at 5. They get it back. And finished off by Williamson.
Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now, here's Lillard. Kuzma outside. Back to Lillard from deep. It's good from long range.
And Lillard a flat-out gunner from deep because he's just a lethal shooter from way outside.
New Orleans with the ball. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one. Pass to Olynyk from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You take a look at the Trailblazers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at what the Pelicans are, they're still sorting out their roster, trying to find a way to unlock their full potential in a holding pattern, if you will. And that could change, though, at any moment.
Murray, good.
Great concentration for DeJounte that time, just playing right through the contact.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Now Lillard. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Antetokounmpo. Rebound by Olynyk. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Murray. The rebound by the Bucks. And when you look at the career of Kyle Kuzma, he has played, Brent, various roles.
Yeah, Kevin, different spots and different things that have been asked of him by different coaches in different systems. So, 6-man, spot-up shooter, go-to scorer. It speaks a lot to his adaptability. Hopefully he'll settle in and become the player that he knows confidently he is.
Milwaukee with the ball. Trailing by 5. Lopez, a screen on Williamson. Williamson against Giannis. Kuzma outside. Over Jones. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Well, that's a shot that Kuzma likes. Very confident from the mid-range.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging about 23 points per, 19 rebounds, and almost 3 blocks. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he's in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Now, here's Olynyk. 11 points last game. On the wing, Jones. The three. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. Bucks trail by 6. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Pass to Lillard. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And there's a whistle that goes on Herbert Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Kuzma with it. Jones covering. Here's Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
And Murray's got the ball here for New Orleans. They lead by 4. Pass to Jones. Here's Williamson. The shot that time, not on target. Great tee that time from Giannis. Takes it inside. Second chance shot. Can't cash in from close range.
His shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Here's Williamson. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Now, here's Lillard. Coming off a stellar performance against Philadelphia. Lopez, a screen on Jones. Shot clock at 6. Lillard, the pass to Trent. Off target from outside.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Williamson with it. Outguarded by Giannis. Murray kicks to McCollum. Pass to Olynyk. And here is Williamson. Another miss by Williamson. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. And there hasn't been anything easy for them in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Now here's Murray. Following the miss by Giannis. 13 feet away. Olynyk can't hit.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Antetokounmpo fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
About time he got one to fall there. Before that, 6 straight misses to start this one.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for New Orleans.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Looking back at Damian Lillard's time in Portland, what an incredible 11-year run. I mean, Brent, he was the team.
Yeah, unbelievable, all-time great for the Portland Trailblazers. All-NBA 7 times, Kevin, the Blazers record. And no doubt one of the most beloved players that's ever put on a uniform in the great Pacific Northwest. But I know for Damian Lillard how competitive he is. He doesn't want to just rely on what it is he accomplished there. There's more to be done, and he wants to win at the highest level, and that's what he's looking to do.
Here's Kuzma following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Lopez, no luck.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now here's Brown. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside for Murray. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Green.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. With the pause in the action, let's bring you the list of teams that have been lighting it up over the last 10 games. In fourth, the Bucks.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
New Orleans gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Murray kicks to Olynyk. Williamson outside. Outside for Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Lillard. And the Pelicans miss again.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. That's 10 points for Damian Lillard. The Pelicans trail. And now the latest from our reporter David Aldridge.
Willie Green gave me a few minutes to talk with him. I asked him how he'll try to handle Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. The coach remarked, handle? You can't handle Giannis. We'll give him different looks and clog lanes, but really all we can do is pray his shot isn't falling. There's nothing wrong with asking for a little divine intervention on defense tonight, I guess. Guys?
Thank you, David. Lillard's gone 5 of 6 in field goal attempts tonight. McCollum with the bounce pass. Olynyk against Lopez. Pass to Williamson. Just 5 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Brown missing.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And Giannis throws it down.
Not much a defender can do against Giannis there.
Pelicans trail by 5.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
To the paint, here's Williamson, and Williamson throws it down.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Milwaukee's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Lillard, the pass to Kuzma. Back to Lillard. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 14 points for Damian Lillard.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Murray outside. And Olynyk kicks to Brown. Pass to Williamson. Back to Brown. Williamson with it. Over onto the Kumbo. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Williamson's got 9. Milwaukee leading by 3. Lillard looking around. There's the triple. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. McCollum's got his 4th rebound in this one. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
CJ has always had that uncanny ability to just land on his feet, kind of like a cat. He absorbs that contact and completes the play.
Milwaukee with the ball. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
The fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for him.
Man, they had to scrape and claw just to get themselves back into the game and into overtime, but they really kept their composure in the extra 5 minutes, and it paid off for the win.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at Texas. This hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they're down at the bottom of the barrel in terms of standings. I can't imagine how toxic the mood in that locker room has to be here after these struggles.
Yeah, and if you look ahead to this offseason, which the front office is probably already doing, they should. That toxic environment you mentioned will make this team a very hard sell to free agents out there.
You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Bucks leading by 3. Throws it up high and stolen by Murray. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And it's McCollum in the corner. On the wing, Murray. It's deflected. Green against McCollum. Green passes to Portis. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 3 assists now in this one. Lillard against Murray. McCollum outside. Murray left side. It's stolen by Green. One-on-one fast break. Kuzma against Murray. Kuzma can't get it to go. And Murray's got the ball here for the Pelicans. 6-point game. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
And talking with the coaching staff, they said in that game they did a great job of not settling. Keep working the ball around, finding the best look. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. But we're talking about DeJounte Murray now. And, Brent, what do you like most about his game?
Well, I like the tenacity that DeJounte brings to a game. I really feel like he ramps himself up for the biggest moments and wants to make the plays at the end of the game, whether that's scoring the basketball, passing the basketball, but really overriding that is defensively, wanting to be disruptive. So when you get a guy that competes at that high a level, that's what makes DeJounte Murray such an intriguing two-way player.
Now, here's Portis. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes in there. Portis has got 5.
And Portis understands his role in this offense, including when to look to score inside.
Porter against Murray. From deep. Buries it from 3-point range. 5 seconds left to play here in the first. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Milwaukee Bucks. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
Pelicans trail by 3. We've got Trey Murphy. Hawkins is out there with McCollum. Then there's Bruce Brown. And it's Messi in at the center position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. McCollum, no good. The Bucs shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Kuzma can't get it to go. New Orleans has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. To the middle, and stolen by Prince. And Prince with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Prince.
Well, when a guy gets out on the break like Taurean Prince and finds his footing, that'll establish some offensive confidence.
And so here is New Orleans. Here's McCollum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And GA, what you have to admire about C.J. McCollum is he is the consummate pro.
Yeah, at this stage of his career, he's the adult in the room. And he's grown into a connector on the floor while still being that professional scorer.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Brent, one thing we've seen these days, three-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not? That's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on a night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, that's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Outside Portis. Kuzma against Brown. The shot's good. Kuzma's got his second bucket of the game to go.
This is the confidence that Kuzma has, ready to take these mid-range Jays when he sees the opportunity.
Brown outside. Here's Hawkins. Sinks the triple. Hawkins has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
I can't leave guys like Hawkins open from there in this league.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Porter looking it over. Kuzma outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer. But, Greg, he's developed as a passer over time.
And, Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader. But he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
That one misses.
And Kuzma, one of those forwards that can kind of go between. Plays the 4 or the small forward. And that's impressive versatility from this young player.
Jones checked in for the Pelicans. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Trent's checked in for Taurean Prince. Now here's McCollum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
And stolen by Kuzma. From 18 feet away. Pelicans with the rebound. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Can't hit from the corner. Bucks leading by 3. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Then continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report.
One shot.
And that one misses. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Kuzma with the defensive effort. Milwaukee in the lead. Outside, Porter. Back to Trent. Stolen by Jones. And now the Pelicans on the break. While we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. Second, the Pelicans.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And Brent, the Bucks last season bowing out in the first round. And the injuries they sustained sure didn't help.
Well, there's just so much, Kevin, that is on the shoulders of Giannis. So to see him go down, with that, the hopes of a Milwaukee title run. It's a reoccurring theme that we talk about every year. You got to be healthy in the playoffs. And these guys have just had players that they rely upon not be ready.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Green with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Kuzma. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Just 4 to shoot. And Lillard kicks to Trent.
Hard to score on Herbert Jones. He will lock you up.
And again, the Bucks miss. Pass to Misi. There's the pick. Here's McCollum. His shot is good. Scores his third basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Bucks trail by 3. Lillard, the pass to Portis. A wide open look here for Kuzma. And the Bucks miss again. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. To the inside, Misi, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Portis kicks to Green. Pass to Trent. Down low. There's Kuzma. Got a hand on it.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out trying to win this game.
Bucks trail by 5. It's Trent on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Green dishes to Lillard. Outside Portis. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Once he has the ball, if his feet are set up, Bobby's going to let those rip.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And the Pelicans making a change here. Williamson's checked in. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. New Orleans gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Murray the pass to Williamson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Giannis against Williamson. McCollum trying to get open, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Bobby Portis.
Yeah, that term unicorn kept coming up a lot with some of the draft picks that came into the league. Zion, absolutely one of one. What an incredibly unique performer.
And he's good on the second. When Zion came into the NBA, Brent, he was seen as a defensive liability. But, boy, has he made strides on that end of the floor.
Well, Kevin, consistency of being on the floor can help you with your offense, but we don't often talk about the learnings that come with being on the floor often defensively. Making reads, understanding your opponents better. And I think Zion has suffered from those injuries taking away his opportunities to become a better defender. We're seeing that improvement now.
The Bucks have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
That one is off. Now the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step.
Williamson against Antetokounmpo. Williamson kicks to McCollum. Back to Williamson. New Orleans moving it around. Here's Murray. And the rejection by Giannis. Inside. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
Well, if you're not outside, you got to be inside. Nice touch by Gary Trent Jr.
For New Orleans, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And a wide open look for McCollum. And again, no good by New Orleans. Here's Lillard. Pass to Trent. A miss that time. Would have put him up. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Murray, no good. Well, the Bucks shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. New Orleans gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Here's McCollum. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Even though McCollum's a little bit thin, he doesn't mind taking the contact and moving away from it before scoring.
If we're going to talk about, the craftiest players, Brent, in the NBA, where would you rank C.J. McCollum?
C.J. is one of my favorite guards in the league to watch. This guy is not overpowering physically, Kevin, but his efficiency and the way that he is so smooth on getting to his scoring zones is something that I don't think we appreciate enough.
You know, one thing we're seeing across the league, rookies, Brent, who have already impacted their teams winning.
Yeah, some guys really need some seasoning, but we're seeing a lot of guys come into this league, Kevin, ready to contribute at a very high level. And some of these performances have really blown me away. It's been impressive. And that's his second in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
Here's Murray. A 20-point game for him in the win against Utah.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
There's Portis. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Portis has got 8 points here in this quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Milwaukee?
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooters.
Yeah, I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
And Greg, remember, in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in that series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
New Orleans making a switch here. Brown's checked in, so he gets them both.
Since coming into the league, Murray's worked so hard on his free throw shooting. It's really paying off.
Here is Lillard. He's got 14. Shot clock at 5. Got a piece of it. Outside, Jones. The shot from the low post is good. Jones has got 5 now.
The paint, that's where Jones likes to live, and that's where he's comfortable, and he can use that length to his advantage.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And there it is for him.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
The Pelicans have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Pass to Misi. Murray surveying the D. Shot clock at 6. Now Williamson. The 3-ball. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Giannis with some nice D. Here's Lillard, and he drives in. Misi grabs the rebound. Misi's got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Jones. Drills it from outside. Jones has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Love the assertive attitude from Jones, wanting to continue to improve in his jump shooting.
Bucks trail by 3. Lillard outside. Now here's Portis. D right on him. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Count it. Good. He's got 8.
End-to-end action there is Murray, one of the more athletic guys in the game.
Milwaukee's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Olynyk, he's checked in for New Orleans. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez comes in for Portis, and Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Porter. Trent against Brown. Lillard, bounce pass. Pass to Trent. Lillard, right side. 6 to shoot. For the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Now here's Olynyk. Williamson outside. Back to Olynyk. To the inside. Jones, no luck. Bucks trail by 5. Giannis with it. Now defended by Williamson. And Antetokounmpo lays it up off the glass. Giannis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Defensively, you got to try and build the wall against Giannis and cover the paint. He's too much to handle inside.
Murray, the pass to Jones. Here's Williamson. And that one comes up a bit short. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Trent, a screen on Williamson. Antetokounmpo kicks to Lillard. Pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Not just hanging out there on the perimeter. Lopez attacking the rim.
36 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Williamson, the pass to Murray. Outside, Jones. Here's Williamson. Just 5 on the clock. Lopez with the steal. Lillard fires away from way outside. Cans it from downtown. Lillard's got 19 points.
Incredible range. Lillard makes these deep shots look like they're effortless.
And the rejection by Giannis. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bucks lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Brooke. Where is this team right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. It's really thrilling to come out with such a great group of guys every night, and play basketball. It's a lot of fun.
Smiles on your face, Brooke. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Hello, everybody. What time is it? Yep, halftime, but really it's been Dame time with the way Lillard's played so far.
Yeah, he's high point so far. You see the plays they're running for him? Featured through the half. I expect that to continue.
Yeah, same.
And let's move on and see the top vote getters in this year's All-Star race.
Right around this time, I would find out who my teammates were on the All-Star roster. Sadly, I was unable to play alongside Kenny. Sad for him, not for me.
See, that's unnecessary, Shaq. That is just unnecessary. Who's to say I want to be on your team anyway?
Well, you called me ugly earlier.
I never called you that.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, if we were grading playmaking today, it's an A+ from him.
New Orleans has gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot. And the rejection by Giannis. Lillard, right side. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Jones has it in the corner. Pass to Williamson. Floats one up. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And then Lillard slams it in.
Lillard works so hard on the offensive end of the floor. It's really what helps him get going like this.
Second half just getting started, about a minute played. And for about a decade, the Bucks have virtually been a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah, you think about Giannis being drafted in 2013, and absolutely nobody saw what was coming with him. They missed the playoffs in his first and his third year, and then all of a sudden, Giannis fully arrived. He's developed into a star, not just a star, but a superstar, and these guys have been contenders ever since.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. Lillard with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Jones looking for an opening. For 3, Murray. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got rebound number 13 with that last one. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. It's important to remember Damian Lillard was a 2-star prospect coming out of high school in Oakland. He says that the doubt I faced, what I found is I have true belief in myself. I poured a lot in and just continued to work. That's why when I struggle, I never waver because I know that I'm true to it. Eventually, I'm going to have my time. Kevin?
I think they call that Dame time. Hey, David, thank you.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pelicans trail by 8. Murray outside. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And timeout called by Willie Green. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Let's see the stat sheet here for Zion Williamson.
He's been playing a much bigger role in their offense over the past 5 games. It comes across in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
Murray against Lillard. And here's McCollum for 3. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Murray's got his 3rd assist on the night. Bucks leading by 5. Trent with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Kuzma. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. Here's Jones. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis is... Milwaukee has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. New Orleans has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Williamson finds Murray. And here's McCollum. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Clock at 6. Olynyk the pass to McCollum. 17-foot shot on the way. Bucks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Kuzma. Banked in off the glass. Kuzma's got 7 points.
Kuzma not getting bothered. So skilled at capitalizing even when guarded tight.
Master Olynyk. Now here's McCollum. Let's a floater go. The rebound by the Bucks. Now here's Lillard. He's got 23. Murray against Trent. 9 feet out. And he overshot that one, missing.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Lillard. Over Murray. Lillard misses. Pelicans trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now CJ operating like a surgeon out there tonight.
Bucks have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. It's been an eventful run for Zion Williamson, right, Brent, to say the least, since going first overall in the 2019 draft.
And man, Kevin, you just are hoping for the simplest of things, and that is health. Because when Zion is healthy, so is this team in ways that other teams fear because of how dominant he can be. This is a special talent. We just want to see more and more of it.
Outside for Murray. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 11 points in the game.
And look at Murray's mechanics, making that corner 3 look easy.
Lillard against Murray. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. How about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
That free throw good from Lillard.
There's so many qualities of elite guard that Damian Lillard possesses on the floor, in the locker room. He really, truly sets the standard.
Brown is checked in for Jones. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Green's checked in. The free throw is good from Lillard. Pelicans trail by 7. Murray outside. Pass to Olynyk. Murray against Lillard. To the right side. Williamson from long range.
Anticipation and length makes Giannis a great shot blocker.
And that's...
Oh, what a move! Giannis!
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Olynyk. It's deflected. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Damian Lillard.
And this is what that kind of size in the backcourt can give you. Murray, a bigger guard, hard to handle down low.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Bucks?
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
And so Murray nails both of them.
And, you know, one look at Murray's game, and you can tell he's been well coached over the course of his career. His awareness, his work ethic, this guy is just always bringing it.
Now, here's Kuzma. He has 7. Here's Antetokounmpo over Williamson. And another basket for Milwaukee.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's Olynyk. Williamson finds Olynyk. Antetokounmpo against Williamson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Olynyk. Fader on the way. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got his 16th rebound on the night.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Now, here's Green. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Murray, no good.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
It's not easy to create really solid coverage on Olynyk because of his skill and his physical play.
It's his first trip to the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And And that one falls for Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk coming into the league as the league has shifted to the pace and space play, and Kelly more than capable as a 5-man of drilling the outside shot.
And so Olynyk nails both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Giannis outside. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Lillard dishes to Lopez. Kuzma outside. And taken away by Brown. Now McCollum. 16 points for him. Olynyk sets a screen for McCollum. Pass to Olynyk. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
From the arc. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Giannis. Kuzma's got the lead up to 12 now for Milwaukee. New Orleans has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. McCollum outside. Olynyk, a screen on Lillard. Here's Murray, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Well, Lopez has size and great instincts. That makes him a threat to knock shots away like that. Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet?
And Brent, last season, Giannis became the first player in NBA history. Average over 30 points a game on over 60% shooting from the field. I mean, jaw-dropping numbers.
Yeah, incredible stuff, Kevin. And when you think about how much basketball has changed, the variety of shots, the great big men that have dominated the NBA floors for so long, for Giannis to be able to do that in this day and age with the three-point evolution and revolution that's happened, it speaks to just how dominant a player he is.
Now here's Brown. No scoring in this one. McCollum no good. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's McCollum. The rebound by the Bucks. Kuzma outside. Pass to Lillard. Fires at the elbow. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Lillard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Here is Hawkins. McCollum looking it over. Sinks the three-pointer. McCollum's got 19 points.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second three of the half.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. New Orleans making some changes here. Trey Murphy's checked in for Zion Williamson. Jones comes in for Hawkins. And Murray's subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Portis, he's checked in for the Bucks. Trent comes in for Green. Murray against Lillard. Portis sets the pick for Trent. Over in the corner, Portis. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Over in the corner, Brown. From outside, off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line in this half.
First trip to the line for him here.
And 74%, so-so. He probably wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit higher.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, if there's one drawback to Bobby Portis in his game is that emotionally you just want him to box that in at times. But that passion, man, sometimes it'll really get your teammates going.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Murray against Lillard. Here's Messi. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Bobby Portis. That free throw, no good. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Here's Lillard. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Milwaukee in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And the Bucks with possession here. They've got Jones. Murray out there with Brown. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Messi in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Pelicans 5. Now here's Trent. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Pelicans trail by 16. Murray right side. Brown sets a screen for Murray. The shot, no good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Pass to Portis. And here's Trent. Just 5 to shoot. They get it again. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Portis has got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Bucks. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. It's an 18-point game. This one for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Look, every time Murphy can get a look, he'll take the look. Trust me.
Lillard with it. Outside, Green. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 34% from the field, that's not going to get it done. Back to Murray. Lillard with the rebound. Bucks leading by 15. Here's Prince. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Pass to Messi. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Really left alone that time.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
And the Bucks with possession here. Now here's Lillard. Trent outside. Launches a 3. Messi grabs the rebound. Messi's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Lillard against Murray. Jacks up a 3. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. It's stolen by Jones. Pass to Messi. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
Finally got themselves in the trenches. Momentum completely shifted now. We've got a tight one here in the final period.
Here's Lillard. The Pelicans make their last shot. To the paint. There's Portis. Nice move. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Memphis and going up against the Grizzlies. And then on Saturday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets.
And Kevin, things could get ugly for this team during this road stretch. They just haven't had the same focus nor execution that we've seen from them when they're at home.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for the Pelicans. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Pass to Brown. Olynyk sets a screen for Brown. With the teardrop.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
And Lillard throws it down.
And showing why he's so respected around the league. Lillard lighting it up.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Murray against Lillard. Brown with a screen on Lillard. Murray driving in. Can't connect from short range. Bucks leading by 11. Trent with it. Picked up by Brown. Trent kicks to Lillard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Hey, Brett, where would you rank the Lopez brothers as the best NBA siblings?
Well, they've had storied careers, both of them. Certainly in terms of the argument about the best twins to ever play the game, you could make an argument for them. You had, of course, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale in the 60s, Horace and Harvey Grant in the 90s. But what the Lopez brothers have been able to do, not in terms of their longevity, but in terms of their contribution to their teams, both very different. These guys have to be up there.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Now here's Brown. Now Murray. Olynyk sets a screen for Murray. Back to Olynyk. Pass to Messi. 6 to shoot. Murray for 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
With the ball on the string, Lillard using that signature burst.
Pelicans trail by 15. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Messi. Pass to Olynyk. Murray outside. Olynyk inside. Lopez covering. 4-on-3 break. Goes up to the stripe. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Portis has got 19 points.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now here's Murray. Olynyk has the open look. And the Pelicans miss again. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Gary Trent. Brent, of all the things I can ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy.
Here's Giannis. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. Do you feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And the basket by McCollum.
And thanks to that bucket, he's finally able to stop that little 15-0 run by the Bucks.
So it's the Bucks now. Outside, Green. Back to Lillard. The kick out to Lopez. No good on the triple. Well, for New Orleans, shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Here's Williamson. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pelicans shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Brown outside. Pass to Hawkins. Brown with a screen on Green. Here's Hawkins. Sweet little floater.
I like how the confidence shows up for Hawkins down there. Doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Milwaukee leading by 22. Lillard outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez. It's hauled in by Hawkins. And so it's New Orleans with it. Here's Williamson. Count it.
And some pinball action out there as defenders just bouncing off of Williamson on that play.
Milwaukee's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Lopez passes to Lillard. Every team eventually goes through a coaching change, Brent, and how jarring is that when it happens, for instance, in midseason?
Well, Kevin, it can be pretty devastating for some teams, but for other teams, that change could be refreshing. And a lot of times, if the coach has had a longer tenure with the team, you can feel like a fish out of water with a new voice coming in.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. Free throw good. Damian Lillard. Jones checked in for the Pelicans. DeJounte Murray comes in for Hawkins. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Trent's checked in for Green. And Lillard kicks to Trent. Lillard the pass to Trent. To the middle. He's looking for Giannis and finds him. A second chance effort. Pelicans with the rebound. Olynyk got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Williamson.
Yeah, so fun to watch him get fancy on any finish. Zion again to the rack.
Pass to Trent. Lopez outside. Here's Kuzma. Hits it from three-point range. Kuzma's got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, boy, the touch is coming back here in the second half. Percentages from the field much better than it was at the break.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Murray, the pass to McCollum. And here is Olynyk. Kicks it out to Jones. Stolen by Jackson. Lillard with it. Pass to Portis. Some players, Brent, have claimed entertainment is emphasized over competition. What do you think?
Well, I think there's a great balance, and the league does a great job of promoting its stars. But at the end of the day, Kevin, trust me, guys who are out here have a love for the game, a passion for the competition, and that's what we want to see.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 44% in the fourth, the offense with some ups and downs. Now, here's Olynyk. Down low, here's Williamson. It's good. Williamson's got 6 in the quarter.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Murray against Lillard. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bucks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And, guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Now Williamson, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. 4 on the shot clock. For 3, Murray. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Now here's Porter. Pass to Portis. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by DeJounte Murray. And here is Williamson. The offensive rebound. And Murray with his second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Lillard outside. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much. Dane, how much do you challenge yourself to provide that scoring to get this team over the hump?
I mean, coming into the game, I know I'm going to get a lot of attention. Team's trying to stop me, so I let it come to me. And, nobody has ever won a game in the first half. It gets done in the second half, so that's when I come on and try to get it done.
That is when the stars shine the brightest, and you were shining out there tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now, our player of the game, Damian Lillard.